Hello, future Prentke Lecture nominee. This is a brief video going over the application process. The first thing you want to do is make sure you go to the correct URL. So it's ATIA.org/ATIA-2024-Prentke-AAC-lecture-call-nominations. And then make sure it says ATIA 2024 Prentke Lecture at the header of the page. This is followed by a short description of the Prentke Lecture. Then there is a little information on the criteria that is required for a nominee. First of all, the nominee must be a person who uses augmentative and alternative communication as a primary means of communication. They must be at least 18 years of age. They must have significant public speaking experience with a variety of audiences and venues. They must have the ability to engage in an interactive question and answer session with an audience. And they must have the ability to present a professional quality presentation relevant to the field of AAC. Please note that past nominees may be nominated, but past recipients of the award are not eligible to be renominated. Every year, we get many, many excellent applicants. It is very difficult to pick just one. So please, if you have been nominated in the past but did not receive the award, feel free to nominate again. Recipients of the award will receive a $2,000 award and a complimentary registration to ATIA 2024. The deadline for nominations for 2024 will be September 30th, 2023, and then notifications will be sent at the end of October. The lecture, date, and time has already been selected for the conference. If you win the award, you will present on Friday, January 26th, 2024, from 11:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. The lecture is held in person in Orlando and is also live streamed via Zoom and YouTube. Please note that a recipient may present virtually if they are not able to travel. That is done via Zoom. If you scroll down beyond this, there's the application where you actually fill the information out. Someone else can nominate you, or you can nominate yourself. The first part of the application is the nominator information, so who is filling out the application. If you're filling it out, you'll enter information twice because you'll be nominating yourself and you'll also be the nominator. First part of this is information about who is nominating and the relationship to the person being nominated. Then there's a selection of affirmations that must be checked. And then there's information on the actual nominee. So contact information if you're affiliated with any organizations. And then there's a section to list your achievements. There are options within this section to either use the text box to enter information or to upload an existing file. So for example, the first section is nominee achievements. You can write a paragraph in this dialog box, or you could upload a file like a resume or vita. Do note that if you use the text box, you may not be able to format in the way that you would like it to look. It will just be text. Then there's information about the speaker's speaking experience, information about how well the nominee could answer live question and answer session. So following the lecture, there will be a 20-minute open-ended question and answer session, and the nominee does need to be able to answer those questions with generative language. Then we request that nominees submit a video. This can sometimes be a little challenging to make sure that the committee is able to access it. So you can save your video to a repository for video, so like YouTube or possibly a cloud folder where you have saved the video, and you could put the link in the text box. Or a second option is to upload a video file to the application. You can do either of these options. Note that it is a 50 megabyte maximum file size for that upload. That's what can sometimes be challenging. Then there's information on what the content of your lecture will be. You do not have to submit the entire lecture, but just a title and an abstract. The abstract is a maximum of 100 words. Notice once again, you can either put it in the text box or you can upload it if you have it in another file format like Microsoft Word or PDF, for example. Notice that this year we do have 2 themes for this conference, aging and social inclusion. It is not required that you connect your lecture to these topics, but it is encouraged. Then there's a section to list 3 objectives. We have to have objectives in order to support the continuing education experience for many of the professionals that attend the conference. And the entities that provide the credentials need to know what the learning objectives are of a session before they will grant continuing education units. It is important to start your learning objectives with active verbs. And then when you've finished, you'll hit submit, and that will be the conclusion of your application. We look forward to reading your nomination.